Hi, I'm Karen, and we are Canine Solutions Dog School. This is Athena. Athena is going to be working with me today on learning how to leash up and be comfortable with that. It's really common for dogs who are not used to wearing leashes and collars and harnesses to feel a little bit unsure about that. I think one of the reasons why is that we tend to simply grab them, put the equipment on them, and good to go. And the dog doesn't feel quite so nice about what has just happened to them. So we want to teach her that when these things are coming toward her and going on her body, that it's something that is nice for her. So the first thing I'm going to suggest is that when you are teaching a puppy to tolerate wearing a leash, I like to teach them to wear a little tab. So a little tab would be something maybe like this, that a dog can simply have sort of dangling off the body like a dongle. And what I would do is I would have something like maybe a lightweight leash or a lightweight ribbon. And I would simply take a carabiner like this, and I would clip it onto this little ribbon or little leash, and then clip that onto the dog. So in this case, Athena is wearing a harness as well as a leash. I've actually got her on a hands-free leash. And this is something that I really like for teaching a dog the rules of your house, and also if you're working with the dog on potty training. So she's on this hands-free leash, and I'm simply going to teach her that when the thing approaches her to be put on her, that it's a good thing. So this is going to be sort of like the concept of open bar and closed bar. So I'm going to teach her that when this thing comes out, it's open bar. I'm going to go ahead and feed her. When this goes away, it's closed bar. Nothing happens. So she learns that there's an immediate cause and effect between the appearance of the equipment and something happening for her. So I'm going to start out simply by having this behind my back. I'm going to bring this out so that she sees that it's here. I'm not trying to shove it into her face and force her to look at it up close. I'm just bringing it out. So I bring this out. I then move my hand toward the food to deliver that. So you'll notice that I'm making sure that she knows that this thing shows up first. This predicts the nice thing. And that way she begins to build a positive association between those two things. So I bring this forward, open bar. She even targets it for me, which is great. So I deliver the food, and then I go ahead and take this away again. So I want to be able to do this with the collar, with the harness, with the leash, all the things that I'm going to want the dog to wear at some point. So I could do the same thing with a collar, for example. So I could start out simply by teaching her the appearance of the collar, just like with that little dongle that we had a moment ago, that's a nice thing. So I bring this back. No more food is happening right now. Once she's ready, I bring this out again. So I'm keeping a fairly swift pace of training. I'm not waiting a long time in between. So as soon as I see that she's done eating, I bring this right back out, and then I reach for the food after the collar comes out. Same thing with a leash. So I go ahead and have the leash on this side of my body. The leash shows up. That predicts the nice thing for her. So you notice that when she saw this, she licked her chops. She knew what was coming next. It's a nice thing for her. So she begins to be relaxed around these pieces of equipment. So just as an aside, the leashes that I'm showing you right now are both by a company called Mendota. These are made right here in the US, and they are high quality leashes, so we really like them here at the dog school. These are 6-foot leashes, so we want to give the dog a chance of feeling like there's a sense of some freedom. They're not on a super short leash like a 4-foot or 3-foot leash. So we want to give them a little bit of a chance to move around on the leash. So we like to use 6-foot leashes when we're doing leash training. So we have open bar and closed bar.